I'm Chuck KK6USY. Welcome to Ham Radio Ventures. Is there a new radio out that maybe just might replace the UV5R as the cheapest, best radio for the money? Maybe this is it, guys. This is the Tidradio H3. Let's check it out. So the Tidradio H3 comes in this box here, guys. Let's just start with this. It comes with this charger, USB-C. Comes with a belt clip. I left that in the back so I didn't lose the screws. A little wrist strap. A USB-A with a USB-C on the other side. We'll show you where that goes later. And then the charger, guys, for USB-A. 110. Comes with this card. Says to download the user manual, program software, and product operation. There's some definite software for this thing, guys. Comes with the manual. And the manual in the back here has pictures of each thing. Like this says, it says breath LED. Sometimes the Chinese to English is not the best, but pretty decent manual, guys. Comes with the standard antenna. And mine also came with this extra long antenna. This is the kit. The kit that I'm finding online in Amazon is comes with this antenna, it seems. So that seems to be a standard thing with this particular kit. Then you get the radio. All right. It's a pretty nice little radio. Let me just, I know you guys are going to ask for a comparison here of a Bofang UV5R. This is a UV5RA. So there you go. That one has a little glare on it. So it's a little smaller, about the same height, a little narrower. Looks similar, guys. And I actually took the, we'll just show you what the size is. This is millimeters, guys. So the UV5R is 59.41, if you guys can read that, hopefully. And then this one is 53.90. Okay, you guys see that? Also, here's the big brother to this radio. This is the Tidradio H8. This is a 10 watt radio. This is a 5 watt radio. This one, when I tested it, it put out all of 10 watts. Okay, some of the functions in this one. This has a Bluetooth button here. Let me just turn the screen on for you. So it has a nice screen. And if you look at the screen, it's just a smaller version of the 8. Hopefully somewhere in there you guys can see that, okay? Let's go down the side of the radio. I'm going to turn it off for now. You have a push to talk and a push to talk. So if you look at this again, you have your A band and your B band. Welcome. So this is your A and this is your B. All right. And then you have your light. Pretty bright. Different functions. And I think if you hold it down, you get FM radio. Well, I'll hook that up on a better antenna later. The sound on this thing is pretty good, guys. I've had good reports back. I talked to Jason, Ham Radio 2.0, and he said the audio was pretty good on it. So there we go. So there's the side of the radio. The back has your belt clip goes into the battery. Let's just look at the battery. Okay, the battery says 7.4 volts, 2,500 milliamp hours. And I have to tell you guys, I did have a problem with this battery, but maybe it might have been my fault, so I'm not going to say the battery was bad. But I did take this to Hamcation because I had it, and I never charged the battery while I was there, and it was on full. I didn't use it a whole lot, but it was probably on for 4 or 5 hours. Most of that just listening. And you have your FCC stuff on the back here, guys. I'm just trying not to get too much glare on it. And on the battery, on the bottom, which is nice, it has a USB-C charge. All right, you guys can probably see that pretty well. That's pretty cool because if you had an extra battery, it charges through the battery itself, not the radio. So that's a nice feature. Has your antenna up here. This little LED here, these LEDs, they light periodically when everything's hooked up. Maybe you have to have an antenna, let me see. But they will light for transmit and then it also does receive. Okay. On the side here, this is another cool feature, guys. It has your Kenwood style mic and speaker. Then also has a USB-C, and here also you can go on Chirp or their proprietary, I forget what they call it, I'll tell you that later, software, and you can program this radio through a USB-C into your computer. That's pretty cool. No more looking for the right cable, I guess. So you have your speaker up here. The feel of this thing is pretty good, guys. It doesn't feel real cheap or anything like that. It fits nice in your hands, nice and small. And here's your mic here. And eventually I'll probably put this on a oscilloscope and we'll see how clean it is. I've seen a couple other guys put stuff out already. I think Hayden put one out and he said it was fairly clean. I think we're gonna have a little problem though. I'm not sure, but when we check the power out on this thing, I don't think it's gonna be really good. So let's actually do that now. We'll check the power and I'll be right back. Okay, let me turn this on. We are on 42, we're at the bottom of the 70 centimeter. Let's just see what it comes up on frequency. 4200, that's good. 420000. All right, let's go to power. I'm on high power right now. As you can see on the screen, hopefully you can see it, it says H. Now we will hit this. And 3.8, 3.8. Okay, let's just call it 3.8. It was going up and down. Let's go 4.0. And let's just see what it says there for power. 4.7. All right. And let's just go to the top of the band. And we'll see what it gets there. 4.6. Now let's go to low power. Okay, we're in low power now. Let's see what it gets. 0.25. Not very good, guys. Let's go to 4400. 0.27. Oh, still not very good. Let's go to the bottom of the band. All right. 0.24. Yeah, that's not very good, guys. All right, let's go to the calling frequency, 146,520 for 2 meter. I'm going to just do power, guys, because, and we are on high power. Okay, 146,520 on the top band. Let's see what it does here. It says low power, 1.7. All right, we'll change it. Confirmed on high power. Five watts. All right, let's try a different section of 2. Let's go 144, 100. We'll do this as high power. 4.87. That's good. Let's see what low power is. 1.8. Just under 2 watts. I think that's probably what it's supposed to be. So it looks like on 2 meter this thing is not so bad. Let's do the very top of the band. 0. Okay, so we're on the top band. High power, 5.02, that's good. And low power on the bottom one, 1.62. All right, that's respectable on 2 meters. 70 is not very good, guys. I'm not too happy with that, but we'll have a talk with Tidradio. You know, Tidradio has been very good at getting back to me on stuff, so I will say they're good there. And when I had problems with the H8, they fixed the problems. I had something for a second, guys. It wasn't very strong. I'm trying to pick up Oakland. It's the closest airport to me. That's 135-100. Not very clean though. I've had better. Let's try 1, 2. We'll leave the one.
Take the right turn to 290 if you got it. 900. No, right turn 290.
I think the
192.75 for Southern 907 condition.
Oh, there we go. That's a good one.
On the net logger program here. Yeah, that's right. I had to wait till after, when it switched over to the formal at noon, and the early session they couldn't hear me.
Local repeater here, guys.
I hear a guy now. I have that terrible noise, so I have to use DSP like at number 10. I don't know which guy that is. I don't know if it's my neighbor right across the river or not.
Let me see where that is. That's 146,775.
I haven't chatted with you in a couple of days. Are you still a bachelor?
That's in Nevada.
No, damn it.
It's about 12 and a half miles, but it's over a hill and over the bay.
Oh, fine business.
All right, guys, make sure you stick around to the end. I make a really nice contact with my buddy Derek up in Vallejo. It's about 12, 15 miles from me. And then something happened. And I want you guys to check that out. Third time this has happened to me. We'll talk about it then. All right, back to this. All right, so here's the Tidradio page and for the H3. And this just shows you all the stuff I've showed you before, the different colors it comes in. It comes in a clear, or what they call a crystal, and a green. All right, and this is, I showed you guys all this stuff already in my package that I got. Dual band radio, GMRS unlocked version. It, like I said, it does a few different things. 2500 amp hour battery, Type-C programming, wireless programming, 5 bands transmitting and 8 bands receiving. Also has the air band, is one of the AM band here for air. Multiple ways to program, CPS programming software, Chirp, and OD Master, which is their the one you do Bluetooth wise. Multi-band transmitting here, guys, and receiving. As you can see, AM, FM basically is receive only, and UHF and VHF is both. Okay, it has this chip built into it. This is how it's able to, instead of having the chip in the cable, it's in the radio itself, so you can use the Type-C cable, or you can use a regular programming cable, or wireless programming for programming this radio, guys. Wireless programming, it shows here. Dual band, dual watch, dual display, dual PTT. That's kind of cool. You don't have to switch between A and B bands. You can just use the PTTs. You got one on top, one on bottom, and that matches what's on the screen. It says you can search your nearby repeater list and stuff in there also on your phone, and wirely customize your radio on your phone anywhere, anytime, it says. There's your battery again and charger. Fast pair one channel. So you can search for frequencies and fast pair with different walkie-talkies. So basically, if you have a radio and it's already programmed and your buddy buys another radio, you can just wirelessly pair the radios. So clone them, I guess is what you would call it. They're just showing indicator lights. Bluetooth programming does, most radios don't have that. Type-C programming don't have that. The flashlight, I mean, most of these cheaper radios have it. The battery's a 25 versus a 16, which is, I think that's substantial there, guys. All right, so AM, all these different things it shows on here, guys. You can go to the site and look it up, and that was about it. I want to show you the Amazon ad also. So this is basically the kit I got for $39.99. This is pretty dang good, I think, guys. You get quite a bit of stuff. I didn't get this, which I don't really care, but the earpiece. But there's that, and that's the price there. I'll put a link for this, and probably a link from Tidradio also. Probably have a discount. Now make sure you go to the end of this video and watch something. I made a really nice contact about 12 miles from my house with a friend of mine. He goes the 2 Meter Crew or the Green Donkey, Derek. And he was using 6 watts on his 991A and had a nice copy. But watch to the end of that and find out what happened to my radio. And I don't know why, but you guys need to watch for that. All right. There we go.
6 watt, kind of pointed towards Fresnel, kind of, sort of.
All right, Derek. Hey, good to hear you out there. And hey, I'm on the Tidradio. It's a H3. It's our new little 5-watt radio. How does it sound to you? Does it sound pretty decent?
Oh yeah, it sounds just fine. It sounds very neutral. In fact, I was going to ask you if you were on a Yaesu, because yeah, it sounds very, very clean.
Oh, that's good to hear. And you're in Vallejo, so you're about, what, 30 miles from me as the crow flies probably, and maybe 20, and with a bunch of hills between us. And you must be on your Yagi, huh?
Roger, yeah. Over the hills, down across the water, and into Vallejo, which are behind some other hills. Yeah, on the 10-element Yagi. Not sure if I have it pointed right at you, but you sound just fine on, would you say 5 watts?
Yeah, 5 watts. I'm on my external antenna. It's a dual band diamond that's about 40 feet. Not even one of the really good ones. It's kind of the lower end ones over.
Oh yeah, well yeah, at 40 feet. Yeah, it's working. Yeah, the radio sounds really good.
They sent it to me for a little evaluation. It was great hearing you out there because I actually get to talk to somebody real and see how it actually sounds to them.
Yeah, it's working just fine. It does. Hate to say this, but it doesn't sound like a Chinese radio.
After that glowing review from Derek saying how good the radio sounded and stuff, all of a sudden I was talking to him for, I was probably maybe talking less than a minute, around a minute or something like that. I looked down at the radio and this is what the screen looks like. No matter what I do, okay? The battery, totally dead. This is what happened to me twice before, and I thought it was something I had done. This time, all I was doing was making it, in a conversation with somebody. I've already talked to Tidradio. They said they're going to send me a new battery. They said their cells are real high right now, so it might be a while before they could send it. But I got this one working, I thought. So this seems to be a problem. I don't think I'm the only person that's having this problem. And so I don't know what to do. I wanted to give this thing a really good review, but for right now, I can't really. I think it has a bad battery. I think there's something wrong with the batteries. And, before with the TD-H3, there was something going on, they thought, with the battery at one time. I ended up hooking up my radio, the H8, which I happen to have setting here, to finish the conversation with Derek. Now, Derek is only about 12 to 15 miles from me, air miles, as the crow flies. But a lot of hills between us. And the reason he was on 6 watts, I was on 5 and then 10. He said that the TD-H3 had a little more bass sound to it, a little bassier. He said, but stronger also. But that's because that radio puts out about 10 watts versus, around 5 for this one. So he could actually tell the difference. He was on a Yagi, a 10-element Yagi. And if you guys don't know who the Green Donkey is, look him up. He does a lot of 146, 520, wants to keep that band, get people on that band. He goes out with that 10-element Yagi. Him and I have talked in the one time before when I was out with an 11-band one. So yeah, we've talked quite a few times. I caught him from the lake. If you watched the one where I was in the boat that time, I got him there. That's before I really knew him. All right, guys, I didn't realize you couldn't see the screen. So here's the battery. I'm going to hook these probes up to it. Let's see, I think this is the right way. And it's showing 8.15 volts. This thing was on the charger for just less than a minute, just long enough for it to reset the battery management, which I suppose it has that. But the battery management system must be tripping and turning the whole thing down to where, like a lithium battery, when you discharge it all the way, it'll eventually go to 0 because it just turns off, and that's actually like what this thing is doing. I will talk to Tidradio, and if I find out anything from them, I'll get back to you guys, and I'll put it in the video comments. All right, so let me just get rid of this. We'll put the battery back in. We will turn the radio on.
Welcome.
And it shows, if you can see right there, it shows full battery. like it's supposed to. So I'm not real happy with this, guys. So I'm going to have to get a hold of Tidradio again and see what they say about that. See if they have had other problems. You know, I don't know. It doesn't bode well so far. Other than that, I really like the radio. I haven't, put on a spectrum analyzer yet to see how clean it is, but I've seen other guys check it, and it seems to be clean. Someplace in here you're going to see this. I'm also going to show you their website and stuff like that, and hopefully, maybe you've already seen that part. I don't know where that's going to be in my video yet. So I'm Chuck, KK6USY. This is Ham Radio Ventures. Thank you for spending your time with me. I know your time is valuable. 73 all, and hope to catch you on the airwaves, and hopefully this radio will work the next time I use it. 73 all.